So what's up? So finally we got the VR6 on the channel. So many of you guys requested this and I finally managed to get one. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy it. Further, please do remember to subscribe if you haven't. Do also like this video and comment on it. And yeah, so I'll take you through this. So we have the owner of the VR6 over here. So his name is Peter Hein. So welcome to the channel.
Thanks a lot, bud. Thanks for having me.
So I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, just tell us why you bought this car and like give us a story behind it.
Okay, I've had the car now for 13 years. To be honest with you, I wasn't looking for the VR6. I was looking for a Prelude 2.2 VTEC. So I arranged a couple of guys or willing sellers. I was a willing buyer. Went to Cape Town, and the one that I actually found that I was set my heart on, the bumper was off. And apparently with those cars, the stiffener for the bumper, you need to import it. So I was really disappointed. That was like probably 9-10 at night. So I got back on my way home. I drove past a reputable dealer, especially in VW. I'm not going to mention the name. And I just drove past and I saw this car on the show floor under the lights, no price on. Turned around, checked it out. I saw the water dripping from the sides, and I checked out the lines on it from the front, and the car was really sweet. So the next morning, probably around about 7, went to work early, contacted the dealership. The guy picked up and he said that they already had a guy that was taking this car and a Golf 4 GTI back then. I then told him, look, I have cash for the car, but it was a different salesman, so he just got in the car, drove it through to my work. And when he got there, I just told him, get in, start the car, just check for smoke. Said rev it, and from that time he got over, went to the bank, gave him a bank guarantee check. I told him, look, he must want to find his own way home, but he's not driving this car back again. So from then I've had the car. You can call it, for me it was a blessing, but it wouldn't be a blessing if I had to pay for it, like I had to. So let's just call it pure luck, me having this car now.
How long do you have this car?
I have this car for 13 years now. The car was standard for say about 11 years. No issues. I probably drove around 20,000 kilometers in those 11 years.
So you say you've owned this car for 13 years. So within that 13 years, what have you done to the motor?
Okay, the car's been standard for 11 years. I wanted a lumpy idle, which now caused me to get cams. I then went to Koch & Cooper, and we then discussed a whole build on this engine, which we then documented on my page, Dubmeister GTI Designs. From there, everything just spiraled out of control. From just cams, we then did a big bore, carbon smith pistons. We did balance the bottom end. We did a full air job, poured gas flow, swirl, mated the intake. Went big on the injectors, about 290 cc's. Initially I had the Dictator on, but with the cams I had the 276s. We then changed it to 268. So with the 268 cams I could then change around to using the Dustec Unichip. With that I got, we needed a bigger diameter outlet, so we went for Viper branches and a bigger diameter pipe. Initially they had the PowerFlow performance system on, which sounded good and mild when it drove, but with a bigger diameter it sounds much better now. Additional, I did some air breathing mods. Got the big bore aluminium intake on there, running into a standard air box with a K&N filter. For me, I believe that you put a cone filter on a Golf or something to that effect, like a Mark 1. But for this car, it's not necessary with the exhaust tone and the V6 underneath it. There's nothing more that you need.
Yeah, this sound is quite iconic in Cape Town,
Yeah, of
South
course.
Africa. So
Of course, the sound is quite unique in that
definitely.
it doesn't sound like a normal, like those rough V6. It's just, the staggered 6 just has a unique sound, and that is what many people have come to love over the
Definitely.
years. Yeah.
For me personally, I think the sound and the 325i is that's like a
Yeah, true.
rivalry there, no?
Yeah. of
So
course.
it's always been between that two cars. What figures have you run with this car?
Look, initially it was probably like standard, just the airbox mod and the exhaust. After we did this conversion, it went up from say around about 150 kilowatts, and we're doing about 260 Newton meters of torque.
Sure, it's
The
quite
conversion,
impressive, yeah. No?
Yeah, it's not a big gain. We kept the standard compression ratio, which is 10:1. So bearing in mind, I was looking at reliability. If I now had to do anything further, then obviously just on the pump gas you can get 10.5. So maybe a little gas or something. If it was not necessary, I
Yeah.
could maybe do something like that.
So let's move on to the exterior. So this car is in a pretty good condition, as you can see. So just take us through what you've done overall.
Okay, look, the car standard outside. I found that the color from the VIN number is a purple, violet, blue. So in the shadow it shines purple mulberry, which is quite different. In the sun it's normal metallic blue. Like I said, it was difficult for me to keep it standard. So the wheels, TT wheels I had in my garage for a couple of years. Never put it on. Eventually I now decided to just take the leap and change the wheels. The suspension is still standard. I don't intend dropping it or making it lower, as I still need to put the cars in at the back and drive places,
Yeah.
speed bumps and stuff like that with my family. So yeah, just change some small bits to the interior, to the exterior, and yeah, it still looks good.
So, as I introduced him, he's known as Dubmeister. So just take us through what Dubmeister is.
Okay, Dubmeister is obviously V-Dub Master, which is not just German. I got the name because I started out 13 years old. I got my first V-Dub, and obviously once the bug bites you, it never leaves.
It never
So
stops, yeah.
over the years, when I've gotten to places, and there's a year's Dubmeister coming, because I do a lot of, I deal with a lot of people. They do modifications and stuff, because that is really what I do. That's not my job, but that is a passion that myself and my father shared. So with this VR6 build, I realized that when Koch & Cooper documented it on their page, I saw that there was a lot of interest in it. From there on, I just opened up a personal blog on there, just to share with people what I do, because I'm normally on a weekend or whenever it is, and then I'm normally at the place changing something. So then I just try to document it, so guys can also maybe give them some context if they need stuff like a batwing for the Golf 1 was something that you couldn't find. I got
Yeah.
that one. I was the first thing to put a batwing here on the Golf 1. So then I just direct them to the right guys. People can just follow my page, Dubmeister GTI Designs.
So guys, we're not gonna do some draggy pulls with this car. So the owner is not comfortable doing like hard pulls with the car. So he doesn't want to punch it, man. So
Yeah.
he wants to keep it like liquor.
Yeah. Look, I don't. You don't spend money to break it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I would rather prefer. This is my daily Sunday type of vehicle. I hardly ever. I mean, probably in the 11 years, I probably cut at it now for the first
Yeah.
time with you, doing the revving. So yeah, I don't really pull and drag with those vehicles. Purely just for the enjoyment, arm out the window type of V6 underneath, wind in your hair type of thing for me.
Any motivation for any guys who's looking to buy a VR6 out there? Like a neat one, man. I know it's hard to
Wow.
get, but like just give some word of encouragement.
Yeah, like I said, for me, having this car, I wasn't even looking for the VR6. It was pure luck for me getting this VR6. It was not just by coincidence that they called me Dubmeister and I got
Yeah.
this VR6. So yeah, that was probably just the way it worked out for me. But yeah, look, if you're gonna look for a decent VR6, I would say you have to be willing to pay the price for it, because guys
Definitely.
know what it's worth nowadays. For me personally, you can gauge the quality of the car, second-hand vehicle, on the price that the guy asks for it.
Yeah.
So normally guys want a VR6, they want a VR6 60 or 70 or 80 or whatever, but to get quite a decent VR6, I mean, it's gonna cost a pretty penny. And then also you need to be sure that the owner has looked after the vehicle, as parts are really expensive.
Service history and
So
everything.
yeah. So that is what you need to look at. And I mean, especially you have to at least have a couple of grand, just to fix things up on the engine. For me personally, if I were to buy another VR6, then I would have the cash ready to do the engine over one time. I'll probably go turbo or something to that effect. If hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
then that is what I would do. Obviously, for the kind of money you're going to spend on making a normal aspirated VR6 go fast, you're going to spend a lot of money on it, whereas you can spend the same amount of money to go turbo. For me, it was an option going turbo. I don't want the sound, the sound of the raw VR6. It just changes it a bit because it's boosted. So that's the one thing. And then if you do a turbo build on this type of vehicle, then you need to be willing to spend like a 20 grand on an LSD. You have to like upgrade your suspension. You need to get forged rods, pistons, like a decent turbo and stuff like that.
This is the end of this video, so please do remember to like, comment and subscribe on the video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So this was the first VR6 on the channel, so I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And a lot of the guys requested this car,
I'm
so
sure.
it's very special. So yeah, and thank you.